Now, while you can scan everything manual, so you can guess directories, whatever might exist, that is like a really tedious process, right? You have to manually go through your list of words and try to find it. So what you can do instead is to use a tool called Gobuster. Gobuster does all of that automatically using a word list. And it will work with any website. And you can scan for directories with Gobuster. So as the name implies, Gobuster is written in a programming language called Go. Online you can easily find it. So if I search for Gobuster, it might take a moment to find depending on your internet speed. But you can also install it using your package manager. So you already should have Kali Linux at hand. We can just open a terminal. And I'm gonna enlarge the fonts. And we can ignore the browser. This doesn't matter. So you can type Gobuster and you'll see it asks to install it. So you just press yes, enter, or type the command manually sudo apt install Gobuster on Kali Linux. And when you press yes, it will start installing Gobuster. So this is a tool you can use to scan any website or any web server automatically using a dictionary. So there's a lot of commands. It's a command line program. So that's why I started the terminal as well. So if I type Gobuster, and I will enlarge this a bit because there's no reason for it to be so small. So Gobuster, and you'll see it has all kind of flags and some commands like here. So scanning for directories and files. It can scan for subdomains and also some other options. And so, yeah, that's one of the tools you can use for automatic scans. You'll see you can specify a word list. You can do verbose output. You can use multiple threads that will make the thing faster. You can skip printing the banner, and there's some other options here. So let's do a scan. And in order to do a scan, we'll use the dir mode. So if you scroll up, you'll see available commands dir. So that's the mode we'll use. We'll scan for directories or folders. So that option will scan for website directories. So this is a very useful command because it will tell you, often tell you for what the directory structure of a website is. So you might find directories like WordPress directories if it's running the WordPress system, or other directories, maybe an admin directory, or it can indicate like the type of software they use for creating the website. Maybe have a content management system or maybe not, and maybe other things are exposed as well, right? So Gobuster allows you to automatically scan a website and it returns the directories it found. So the way to use that is just typing, as you might expect, Gobuster dir, but it requires some arguments. So obviously it should know what website should it attack. So I'm gonna attack a website in my local network, and it uses a dictionary. So before we tried manually word by word, but we will use a word list now. Dictionary. So on Kali Linux, there's a directory called user share word lists. And that has directory dirb, dirbuster. Both of them contain word lists. So for example, there's the common txt, and those contain file names of directories that might exist, right? So it will do all of those, open all of those links automatically. So /reddit, /redesign, /redir, /redirect, and it will try to open one by one all those URLs and see if that exists or not. So this is just one of the lists. You'll see there's other lists here. Now in the directory dirbuster you can find some more. These are larger, but let's pick the small one. So it will try /index. So whatever website you scan, /index, /images, /downloads, /2006, /news, /crack, /serial, and so on. So it will try all of those automatically, all those words, to see if the link exists on the website. So that's what we're gonna do. So user share word lists, Gobuster, and then a directory, for example, directory list, for example, the small list. So that is the command. So you need to specify there that you want to do directory scanning, the URL -u, and -w for the word list. And there you need to specify the full path. So user share word list / whatever word list you want to use. So I'm gonna press enter, and you'll see it found some directories on this target computer, the directory /documents, /admin, /secrets. So those probably shouldn't have been exposed, and Gobuster just found those automatically. So it will scan, this is your -u directory, or -u specifies your target website. So, and those it found using the word lists. Now, of course, you can use other word lists. For example, now I use small word lists. There's also a medium list and a large word list, so you can scan using those as well. And maybe you'll find some other directories. So that's something to keep in mind, that you might have done a Gobuster scan, but perhaps you didn't find anything because the word list is too small, or perhaps some words, some URLs exist that the folder names are not inside the small word list. So it's recommended to scan using multiple word lists and try to find it. So you might notice I specified the HTTP protocol. It's HTTP scanning. Some websites, these days many websites use HTTPS, which you can also use. So you would then change HTTP to HTTPS, whatever website you want to scan. So that's important as well, that keep in mind that you scan the right. So can be HTTP, can be HTTPS, depending on the website. Now there's some other flags you can use. For example, you can display cookies with -c. You can specify headers with -h. There's some other. So there is mode is really useful for finding directories on a website, but it doesn't scan for files. It just scans for directories that might exist on the website.